Hi, and welcome back to Storytime. Today, I am talking about the myth, the woman, the legend, Ve Neill. So if you haven't seen the video of me having a mental meltdown about winning the Ve Neill Legends of Makeup Scholarship, that is posted below. I will have that linked. I was actually at a company Christmas gathering for one of the many jobs that I was working to try and save money to be attending cinema, and my boyfriend turned to me and said, "Baby, you won." And I said, "What?" And he pulled it up, and it's this icon of a woman standing in front of a Christmas tree going, "I picked Noelle Hetzel." And I freaked out. I was so overwhelmed with joy. I had been working toward trying to get into cinema for around 3 years at that time. I had toured one other school that I had started saving for, but when I toured there, they just weren't passionate, and I had gotten a plane ticket to go out to cinema and toured there, and I was so passionate about that school that I knew that was the one I needed to go to, even though it was a lot more expensive. I knew that that was the place I needed to be. I feel like most people know Ve Neill as the judge from Face Off, and she was a judge on Face Off, and that became a very popular show on Sci-Fi, and a lot of people followed her there. I don't think people know how much of a legend she really is in her field. She was really groundbreaking for women in SFX makeup and paving the way for women in a male-dominated field. So she was one of the first ladies to bust into this field and own it and create a more welcoming environment for young women like myself, which is thrilling. When I went to school with a class of all girls, and to see everything shifting so dramatically from where it was, I do feel like, especially in the world of monsters, it is a bit more male-dominated, but there's a place for women now, and I feel like V definitely kind of paved the way for that. So she's an icon to me, and I'm sure more of an icon to you as a viewer than you know. She worked on Beetlejuice and Lost Boys and Mrs. Doubtfire and Pirates of the Caribbean and Hunger Games. Like, she's done so many amazing makeups that are now iconic. They're iconic makeups. So I am a big believer in giving back or showing appreciation for the things that have been done for you. So one of the first things that I wanted to do after I got the scholarship was like, oh, I want to make something for V. I want to make something that's special. So I went to this local, like, little hippie store by me that has all these wonderful stones and gems and things, and I picked out a stone that I felt drawn to, which had a lot of, like, it was supposed to, when I read the description for the stone and like what it stood for, it was supposed to have like a lot of creative energy and help manifest creative energy, which is so cool because, you know, of this creative field. So I picked out that stone, and I picked out a bunch of beads to go with it, and I made one of my first wire-wrapped pieces. I made this cool little pendant that I wanted to give to V as a gift of my appreciation. And I was walking out of school one day, and I saw her just standing by the front door, and I was like, "Oh, hi!" Like a total starstruck, like, I'm awful. And was like, I I have something for you. And, like, my hands are shaking. I feel like I can't breathe. I dig into my bag and I pull out this pendant because I'd been carrying it with me every day because I knew she was in and out of the school and I wasn't sure when I was going to be able to catch her. And I gave it to her and she kind of smiled to one side and said, "Bitchin'." And I was like, yes! I knew I would love you when I met you. I got to work with her at a charity event and get feedback on my final project from her, and I think I was scared of her for a little bit. I think I was very intimidated. And she's not one to sit there and coddle you. She doesn't... Thank you, sirens. We'll just wait for those to pass here. She doesn't sugarcoat anything. She tells you exactly how things are, and I feel like that can be intimidating, and I feel like that can be especially intimidating from women, and I think that's kind of a societal thing that we don't need to get into today. But I very slowly became less intimidated and a little bit more bold in asking for feedback and asking for her opinion and really respecting the things she had to say, because she was so knowledgeable and she had great feedback, and I was so humbled to be able to work with somebody as iconic as her, and it was so refreshing to have somebody that wasn't going to sugarcoat things or just tell me that, you know, oh, this is great. And I'm not saying that other teachers did or didn't do that, but just in general, having somebody that I can take things to and they're like, this is what I like about it and this is what could change, was really refreshing and really wonderful and really helped me grow. She ended up being the person who gave me my diploma, my certificate at the end of the program, and I hadn't got it out of monster makeup in time from finals that day, so I accepted things in my diploma in my cap and gown as an orc, and her and I had gotten into this little side project at the school, painting the front desk, which is a whole nother story. And I walked up and got my diploma, and she goes, "This is for Noelle, my partner in crime." And my heart just exploded. I don't think I've ever been quite so excited in my life, and I just feel so humbled and so blessed to have not only received the scholarship, but met her at all, been able to pick her brain about my projects while I was at school, to be able to receive feedback for somebody who's been in the field for so long and just kind of revolutionized women in this industry. It was more than I could have ever asked for, and she is just the sweetest woman, and if you are ever blessed to meet her, which I hope you are if you are a makeup enthusiast, she is just a doll, and I am so, so grateful. So that's my gushing story time for today, talking about Ve Neill and how wonderful she is and how real and down to earth, and just, I love her to bitsies. I can't say enough. I'm so grateful to have been able to spend time at cinema and be able to meet her and receive all this awesome, wonderful feedback from a star. She really is. She's just a star. So thanks for tuning in today. If you don't know who V is, I will link her Instagram below. But what you should really go check out is her body of work, which you can find on online pretty much anywhere, because again, she's just a legend.